Welcome to another episode of It's Debatable. I'm Jalen,
I'm Justin.
and today we were just gonna have the part two to the continuation of the career recap for Tay Roc. First episode I seen was very receptive by all the subscribers, all the fans. We definitely appreciate your support. We notice it a lot. Definitely it's definitely enjoyable too, just to get a career recap on one of our favorite battles as well. I feel like the first half of Tay Roc's career is definitely legendary. I feel like it's kind of more so, I wouldn't say typical, but it's kind of like the trajectory of it. Just stopping that from 1 to 20. It's definitely just it's like a solid background. You can see the progression, you can see the evolution of him. But I feel like the second half is where he has like a lot of tests for his legacy and all that. So I definitely feel like this episode is definitely going to capture a lot of the main basis of like what Tay Roc career is. So how did you feel about the first half just starting off?
Um, to your point, the first half of his career was definitely legendary.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of classic performances, and he
Yeah.
was definitely put to the test. You know, we're in a culture to where you lose a certain matchup, and then it's like we may not see you for a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like kind of like I don't want to throw shots, but kind of look what happened to John the Don, where
Yeah.
he had a highly anticipated battle to where it should have at least have been debatable. You
Mm-hmm.
got 30, and then it's kind of like who do you battle after that?
Yeah.
Right? Every time Tay Roc kind of was put to that test, whether it was the Sue Surf battle or the K Shine battle, um, the clean paper battle,
Mm-hmm.
Cortez, he definitely showed up, and that's why he continued to get those big names and those big opportunities. So shout out to Tay Roc, like we said in the first episode. Also, if you didn't see it, definitely go check it out. Part one is out, like he
Mm-hmm.
said. But yeah, just a great run in his first half of his career. And what I was about to say, like in the first episode, the key word was consistency.
Mm-hmm.
He's been a model of that in his career, and as we get into these next about 20 to 25 battles, it's just gonna kind of be that same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're ready, I'm ready to get into it.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so starting off, uh, I feel like on this second half, we definitely got the names and the legends that he's going against. That's why I said like he's always to the test. He's going against like more legendary people, more legendary battlers in this second half. So all of these battles are kind of big to his legacy. So we're gonna start off with Hollow the Don coming off that chess performance. Hollow the Don definitely a classic battle. We definitely got the seatbelt bar. Just like a lot of we got that vintage. I wouldn't say vintage, but Tay Roc always been like we got that Tay Roc. We always come to expect that energy, that performance. You feel me? The fitted cap sweating like intense. You feel me? Just not letting up. You feel me? Like foot on the gas, just going at hollow. Definitely had like a solid performance. I definitely feel like Tay Roc won this because he definitely, like, when you look back on this battle, he definitely has the highlights. We don't remember too much of what like Hollow did, too much. We more so remember everything about what Tay Roc did in those moments in that battle on that stage. He definitely set the tone that whole battle, and I definitely feel like, um, with people saying like Hollow's one of those like kind of Mount Rushmore people, one of those people that's of high regard in the culture. For him to have that type of performance against a Hollow the Down was outstanding. You feel me? And I definitely feel like that gave him a boost even more. Even as we said, like the first half of his career was already legendary. I feel like that even gave him more of a boost to even achieve even more. So how did you feel about like that Hollow the Down battle and everything?
To your point, when it came to the Hollow the Down battle, he definitely said that he, in a lot of people's eye, is on that Mount Rushmore.
Mm-hmm.
Around that time when Tay Roc battled Hollow the Dawn was that nigga.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like to where kind of recently where Hollow was kind of iffy.
Yeah.
Around that time on that big stage, Summer Madness too. So it wasn't
Mm-hmm.
like it was just on some Joe Schmo card. Like this was a big matchup on one of the biggest cards in URL, and Tay Roc definitely came to perform. He definitely gave us the legendary quotable bars with the seatbelt bar,
Mm-hmm.
and then something flew past his ear. Like
Yeah. What
what
the
the
fuck is
is
that?
that?
Yeah.
Like so we definitely when we think of that battle, we definitely remember those moments. But Hollow the Dawn was definitely a
Mm-hmm.
formidable opponent in that battle. I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't say he was lackluster.
Yeah.
Maybe the difference in the battle was just the energy. Because to your point, you know, when Tay Roc has that fitted cap and he starts sweating and he's barking on you, like it just looks a certain way on camera, and I can just imagine how it feels on that stage. Like I remember like that battle, like JC and Jazz being in the middle, and then you know the Jazz reactions, and then even JC like on both ends, like it was definitely a crazy battle, legendary battle. I would say definitely a classic battle. Um, yeah, and once again, Tay Roc was put to the test because this is not just like battling Glue Easy.
Yeah.
Like even though he does end up battling him later on in his career, but it's not one of those like Hollow's the type to where you don't know. He's like a wild card. I like to call like certain battlers to me are like wild cards to where you can really get buried or they'll be so bad that they'll get 30 like a Hollow, a Twerk, people who are just so unorthodox, like, even a Briz to an extent. So Hollow Dodano in that battle definitely was good, but Tay Roc was just overall better.
Yeah, definitely. And to your point too, like that was at the point where Hollow really wasn't losing at the time. It took a lot to really clearly beat Hollow. I feel like in that sense though, I feel like Tay Roc definitely got a win in my book on that one, because yeah, he just took the show from Hollow. Like I feel like he just took the show that whole battle. Um, but next on the on his resume is Disaster. Disaster. This is now another legend. He's going against West Coast legend. Um, uh, King of the Dot. Well, not no, well, King of the Dot. Yeah, but I feel like he's been more so around in the culture even before King of the Dot. Just having a great career overall. Like he's known. He's very well known in the culture. Regardless, like you feel me. He's really up in the ranks. So for him to go from that Hollow battle to go to a Disaster battle is kind of crazy. And I believe it was on the West Coast. Am I correct?
Traffic
On the traffic card. So he definitely had a great showing. I don't remember. I'm kind of spotty on this one because I don't remember too much. I definitely remember like bits and pieces, but from what I remember, it was like a solid performance. I wasn't really like blown away too much, but I definitely feel like it's a solid performance. Like it wasn't lackluster on any ends or like on either end, but I feel like it was more so solid. It really wasn't like a takeaway from like the Hollow battle or before. So I feel like it was definitely like a solid match. They kind of matched each other in a sense. I feel like in that space. So I feel like it didn't really hinder him or like raise his stock. I feel like it kind of like it kind of matched each other in that battle for me. So it was. I'm kind of spotty on it though. I don't remember too much though. Yeah.
When it came to the Tay Roc and Disaster battle, it was on Traffic 4. I'm pretty sure it was the main event.
Yeah.
I believe the consensus was that Tay Roc won. It wasn't the craziest of battles.
Yeah.
You know, when you put Tay Roc and Disaster on paper, you would expect sparks to fly and it to be one of those classics. I wouldn't even say it was a classic. I would just say it was an okay battle. It was definitely like another test for Tay Roc because you're battling Disaster, to your point, in the West.
Yeah.
Like that's very hard to even get a win. So the fact that at worst it was even debatable. Once again, Tay Roc being a model of consistency. He kind of makes this shit just look effortless at times, and Disaster just wasn't really able to really put any separation in that battle. Yeah. So shout out to Tay Roc for that battle. And then, you know, it was definitely a tough test in another way because Disaster wasn't really battling on your role like that. So for him to come over here, it was a huge battle and a huge look for Tay Roc. So but yeah, so going into the next battle was Goods.
Yeah.
And you know, that when that battle was announced, it was very random.
Yeah.
No one had seen it coming, very out of nowhere. But it ended up being a good battle. I like the promo on the promo leading into it. Goods, you know, was definitely talking this shit, like being a vet as he should. And then, you know, if you talk shit to Tay Roc, it's definitely gonna get him amped up. So so when the battle happened, I remember in the first round, I believe that Goods went first, right?
Yeah.
I believe Goods went first, and he had a okay round. And then Tay Roc came. That's when he had the whole "This is your king." I forget the setup, but it the bar ended like that.
Yeah.
It definitely shook the building. The crowd erupted, and Tay Roc definitely had that first round. But then, Goods being a vet, he kind of planted seeds in the battle for certain things that we let Tay Roc get away with.
Mm-hmm.
So now in the second and third round, Tay Roc did some of those things. Example, he had, I forget exactly how he said it, but he had the plunger bar and it got real quiet in there. And
Yeah.
and then Goods, he's interacting with the crowd.
Yeah.
So he's making it even worse, making it seem like this is what I was talking about. Like,
Yeah.
we all know Goods. Is this the shit y'all like? Like,
Yeah.
so Goods was definitely planting the seeds. Consensus wise, Tay Roc lost this battle. Just to the point that Goods showed that poise, and him planting those seeds in the battle definitely just made it look the way, and it plays in Goods' favor. He definitely had a great game plan. Not saying that Tay Roc got bodied, because Tay Roc was still Tay Roc.
Yeah.
It was just going against Goods on that night on Gnome. So once again, another Gnome for Tay Roc.
Mm-hmm.
Goods, just to his specialty for the most part, except for the last easy battle.
Yeah.
He makes what you do, like he neutralizes it, and then he also just controls the room. So
Yeah, so definitely, I remember watching this battle live on Facebook, due to like my research or whatever at the time, and I'm not gonna lie, I definitely was I felt some type
you
of
couldn't
way,
pay for the pay-per-view.
bro. Chill.
No, I'm just asking. Do you support the culture? I'm just saying you couldn't just pay the pay-per-view.
Yeah, no, I wasn't paying the pay-per-view at that time, but hey, I got the URL subscription. You feel me? But yeah, at the time I was watching it live, and I'm not gonna lie, I felt some type of way when Goods was performing at the time. Do remember that first round, Tay Roc had clearly got it, and I remember the entry into Goods' second round. They wasn't feeling it at all because you feel me, Goods being the way he is, he's not gonna go that extra mile where he's yelling and performing. He doesn't do all that. He makes niggas look crazy for even doing all that. And the fact that he wasn't doing all that, if I'm not mistaken, he dead got booed a little bit. Like in the beginning, he got booed and he was like, hold up. And then that's when you seen Goods like pick up his pace, like yelling, you feel me, shouting and like, you feel me. He had to adjust, you feel me. And Goods never had to do that for anybody else but Tay Roc. Tay Roc kind of made him play into his hand at that point. And to your point too, Good started. I feel like that got him more receptive with that energy. It got him more receptive to the crowd. So where they're now listening and being more aware of what Goods is talking about. And I feel like after that first round, Tay Roc kind of lost a little bit of steam, a little bit of energy. Because Goods made like clear points, and and if I do remember too, I remember in like the third round, that's when Tay Roc got booed, so it kind of flipped the tables too. So that's definitely a good battle to watch. Like I definitely like watching that battle. At the time, I definitely had Goods 2-1, but that was a good battle overall too on both sides. I definitely on paper it was definitely awkward to see the matchup, but once you got to see it in action, it was definitely a wonderful battle to watch. I definitely enjoyed watching it. I didn't like that outfit Tay Roc had on though.
Okay.
To the point.
Okay.
You don't wear red bottoms with a throwback jersey.
Right. And I think that's something that Goods also said in the battle.
Yeah.
But then after the Goods battle, so Tay Roc consensus wise is coming off a loss.
Okay. Yeah.
That now goes into the next battle, which is Hitman Holla.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this was one that, remember, Tay Roc had the infamous call out in the Briz battle.
Yeah.
Now, you get that Hitman, like, smack, holla at Hitman, I'm trying to kill something. The battle on Summer Madness. And Tay Roc's performance was just kind of stale. The crowd wasn't really even being too receptive to him. And Hitman Holla just controlled the room. He controlled the pace of the battle. He brought his brother into the battle. He just had the higher moments. And overall, he was just more consistent in that battle. So I remember even me, I had gave the battle to Hitman. So now the consensus in the culture was like Tay Roc now lost back-to-back battles on Gnome and Summer Madness.
Yeah.
It's to the point where, and this happens to everybody, and this is something going on that was kind of a little bit of a back and forth between DNA and Easy. And even Verb said it when Verb went on Breakfast with the Champ that the fans eventually are going to turn on you.
Yeah.
It's happened to everyone on this paper right now,
Yep.
the fans are just going to turn on you. It's either you're gonna be caught an allegation,
Yeah.
or we're just gonna get tired of your style.
Mm-hmm.
It happens to everyone. I think. Well, the most recent one is Geechee.
Yeah.
But then we even see when K-Shine was on a 2-year win streak, he lost one battle and they turned on him like he was like Rich Dollars.
Yeah.
Like, so it happens to everyone. And now it was kind of happening to Tay Roc
Yeah.
between the disaster battle where, he didn't get too much love and going into the goods where the first time he got booed. And now the Hitman where they wasn't really too receptive to him at all.
Yeah.
So, so how did you feel about that narrative on Tay Roc at the time?
Yeah. Oh, I definitely feel like you said, everybody goes through it, and I feel like, especially with the names that he's going against, like Disaster, Goods, and Hitman, these are
These are a tough back to back. Some people will die and we'll never see them again going against these three who are actually very tough to beat.
Exactly, right. And they're both three completely different battle rappers you have to prepare for. So battling Goods is way different from battling the Hitman, and I feel like specifically with this Hitman battle is a big test, because at this time, like Hitman is probably one of the most famous people in the culture at this time. Like, feel me, with him wilding out, building his brand, like he has a large fan base. So for you to beat a Hitman, you're gonna have to do something way out of the norm and like really convincingly beat Hitman. So it's really gonna be tough, regardless, coming into the battle. So for him to come like not lackluster, but not to the extent that we always expect Tay Roc to go at. You feel me, with those highlights, those quotable bars, that energy, that performance, like it was there, but it wasn't on point at that time and moment. It definitely made things like a little rough for him at that point in time. But I feel like it's still, he didn't die though. Like, you feel me? It's not like he fell flat. I feel like he took it and always improved, figured out what he needed to do. Because I don't want to make excuses, but like I said, like those are the three like huge stamps in the culture, three difficult battlers to beat. But like some way, somehow you gotta figure it out some way, somehow, and you can't make excuses. So I feel like,
you took the money.
Yeah, he always found the way, regardless of the fact. You feel me? And another thing, he never got too emotional when it was like that. Like, he took it. Like, I feel like he's very receptive of that. He didn't like, oh, like, fuck y'all don't like, you feel me? You see batters like, oh, if y'all don't like it, then fuck y'all.
That's
like,
why
shit.
He is the face of the Euro, because it's not what you do on the court, it's how you act off the court.
Exactly. So he's like, all right, they not fucking with this, all right, let me switch this up. Like, you feel me? So he's definitely receptive of what he's doing, and he's very aware of like what he's doing in the culture. That's one attribute I definitely respect to Tay Roc.
All right. So now, even to what you just said, those are three tough opponents to go against. It doesn't get any easier, because now you battle Pat Stay in London.
Yup, in London.
All right, so Tay Roc's first time battling in London. I'm pretty sure Pat Stay's familiar around that area.
Yeah.
Big battle.
Yup.
And it's big because, Tay Roc is coming off 2 losses right now by the culture. Tay Roc still has the cult fan base at this point, who will say he beat both Goods and Hitman Holla.
Yeah.
But as a percentage, coming off a 2-game losing streak, now another tough test. Pat Stay, one of my favorites. Because he's hard to beat and he makes it look effortless. He kind of reminds me of a Steph Curry, to where if you watch NBA on TNT, they always say he makes it look effortless, right? So Pat Stay just makes it look too easy, right? So tough battle, but to the point of the whole career recap, consistency. I'm gonna keep saying that word. Tay Roc, if you want to say he lost the battle, you can say he lost the battle. You want to say Pat Stay lost the battle, Pat Stay lost. You could say that it was a debatable battle, and Tay Roc showed up. I don't remember all the bars, but the one that stands out to me, he definitely had the Kamehameha bar. That definitely shook the building, because then he starts yelling out the crowd, and that gives them more amped. And then I don't mean to be racist, but then it's a black guy yelling at a bunch of white people. They're like, ah! So I can imagine how it was in that building. Smack's going crazy, and Pat Stay, that definitely charged him up. But overall, just great battle. How do you feel that he fared? His first time, I think, really battling overseas, right?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like overall, like, even like away from Tay Roc, that card in general was a great card overall. I
T-Top
definitely
and Iron Solomon.
yeah, and then you had Arsenal versus Twerk.
That was Arsenal and Twerk?
Yeah, Arsenal and Twerk was in that same setting.
Okay.
Yeah, and I love that card.
Oh yeah, No More Smoke. That was that thing. Like,
yeah. So that was definitely a legendary card, and also with this battle, I definitely liked it. I feel like both of them very like performed very well. I feel like you could like if you're putting like
was it? I'm sorry to cut you off. Was this Pat Stay's first on URL? This was before Suge, and before Real Sick.
Was it before Suge?
This was before Suge. This was before Suge.
Oh yeah, it was before Suge.
Because I just want to make sure you know, those hidden gems. We gotta make sure we see.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure if I'm not bugging, I don't think he battled anyone before. I think Tay Roc was his first on URL.
I think so.
So that was just big in his sense too.
Facts, definitely. But this battle was definitely great on both ends. I feel like if you're making a highlight on both of these battles, you definitely have to include this battle some way somehow with Tay Roc with the Kamehameha bar and the Pat stay alive like that, bro. That shit, but like I love that shit a lot.
It's not, and that's one of the bars to where it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Pat. Stay alive. Like it is the way he said it, which was you know, you have to sell the bar to the crowd. Something that people, these low tier people, I don't want to start saying names, they just don't know how to do. Like I'm just saying.
But yeah, and definitely I feel like Tay Roc definitely got that energy back, that swagger back, that intensity back in that battle.
This
like,
was the Roc
he was comfortable. Like you could see he's comfortable. He's not like he's himself in that setting. So he was definitely comfortable. You see kind of him bouncing back a little bit. You feel me? Getting his stride back. You feel me? Like I said, with the Hitman Holla battle, it wasn't impressive that much. You feel me? So he said, all right, you feel me? I'm going to recoup. And then also another tough opponent like Pat Stay is a stamp in his culture as well. So all of these are, that's what I'm saying. He's been like, these are tests a lot of back-to-back tests. You feel me? With the first half is more so he's ascending to like getting those opponents, but now he's there and he's getting those tests, and he's getting tests each and every single battle. You feel me? So that's definitely, I definitely give him props for that.
How many fucking gun bar? How many different ways you could shoot the gun?
Exactly, and make it sound impressive.
Like and he's not saying the same shit. He's not recycling either. Exactly. Like and he's not stealing bars. It's not. So it's like the only allegations have been like sexual, but like so. So I'm just saying. So, but craft wise, there's nothing on his resume. Craft wise.
Yeah, facts. Like, so yeah, he's definitely just. To my point, not to my point, but I feel like
give yourself credit.
He kind of shaped the way like some of these battlers like even write their material, and like I feel like with the use of gun bars and like the way he's making it seem impressive and stuff, I feel like that kind of set the tone for other battlers to like, oh, like, you feel me? Now I got to implement that in my shit to impress these fans and shit. So I feel like to his credit too, like he kind of played a factor in how some battlers write their material.
Right. So then going into the next one was K-Shine number 2.
Yeah.
The rematch. Highly anticipated when you see it because we definitely wanted to see them battle again. Over the years they had back and forths and beefs and stuff like that. We're not gonna get into all the drama and stuff like that. Yeah. But if you know, you know.
Yeah, we already covered. Yeah.
It was a okay battle. I'm forgetting the card's name.
Yeah.
That wasn't Genesis.
I know that was in. Was it in Houston?
I'm not. It was not.
I know
it wasn't Genesis. Never mind.
I know the setting though.
No, yeah. Wait, was it the same? No, that wasn't. All right, but I don't want to waste too much time even trying to figure out the card. If you know, put in the comment section. But
yeah,
it was just an okay battle. It wasn't. It wasn't really nothing crazy. The only quotable I remembered from Tay Roc was the something from GameStop, like the
that's the same thing, like, that's the same exact
the GameStop bar, like but it was okay on the back and forth, but I would have preferred the first one. Maybe just leave that to rest. Sometimes a rematch sounds good and then it happens and it just makes you like, why did this even happen? So okay battle, no one died. It didn't do really anything for either of their stocks. It was just something to sell tickets and put on the card.
Yeah.
I don't really have too much to say about that one.
Yeah, to your point, I feel like on both ends it was just a solid battle. I feel like this rematch was warranted when they first had that altercation on the gun titles thing. I feel like right then and there was the perfect time to have that battle because you feel me, the energy was there, it was set.
Well, then also you got to give it time. You got to let cool heads prevail.
Yeah, but I feel like at this point they're kind of cool with each other at that point. So it's not like they're trying to really kill each other. They're just trying to have a good battle at that point. So I feel like it kind of took away from the intensity on both ends. I feel like they wasn't really, trying to really kill each other, like really 30, you feel me? Each other. But I feel like it was on both ends. It was a solid battle. Not too many highlights, I would say. Just solid on both ends. I really feel like it wasn't lackluster. It wasn't over the top. It was just a solid battle for both of their resumes. You feel me? And yeah, I don't have too much to say about it. So you saying?
Right. So, and now around this time, because we're not sure of the exact time when he battled the person, but we know it was around this general time. He battled on John John's league on bullpen, the one rounder against Bad News and classic one rounder. I think arguably a top 5 one rounder of all time on both sides. If you want to say Bad News won, I can't argue with you. And if you want to say Tay Roc won, I'm not going to argue with you either. They were both fire. Watching that one round, it definitely made you want to watch 3 rounds.
Yeah.
Like, shout out to Keaton. He was the one who told me to watch this battle. And it's weird because I put him on to battle rap, and it was a classic that I didn't even see yet. He told me to watch it, and then I did, and then it was definitely a fire back and forth. I'm drawing a blank now on some of the quotables. Maybe you have some of them, but just how did you feel about the battle?
Definitely classic battle on both ends. I was watching it around the same time. I was in college at this point. And Bad News was going crazy. At this point, like when I was watching Bad News first round, I'm like, how the fuck is like Tay Roc still has to rap? Like, you feel me?
I do remember from Bad News. He had the
Push Rock in the end. Like he was wigging, like he was wigging, like, and I'm like, Tay Roc still got to rap, and I'm like, I hope Tay Roc really came out to like, because Bad News is not playing with you, you feel me? And then Tay Roc came, and then was punching like his head off, like, you feel me? Like talking about some, I forgot the bar.
Oh yeah, the Bad Kids bar.
Yeah, like the Bad Kids.
I'll hit Bad Kids. Like it was something like that. Like, I'm so bad I'm drawing a blank because he had so many quotables in that battle. Tay Roc did not play. Like I don't know if him and Bad News had beef, like, but that was a very good performance. That imagine if that was 3.
Exactly,
like that might have been one of the best battles of all time.
Yeah,
the way it was going from both ends. So shout out Bad News. Yeah, who then I guess maybe after that soon joined Cave Game.
Exactly.
So I think that's how the events happened.
Yeah, and Bad News was making a lot of noise, and shout out to Bad News. He was definitely making a lot of noise in the bullpen at that time.
Nah, for sure. Him and Loso,
they were like on fire.
That's a classic bullpen battle.
Yeah, they were definitely on fire, like turning that shit up. So yeah, definitely shout out to those two, and shout out to Tay Roc for even giving Bad News that opportunity. So you
gotta do certain thing like that as a vet in the culture to push the culture forward.
Exactly.
Y'all fans aren't realizing that if you don't put the nuns on gnomes, and then Tay Roc battles a Bad News, or even Charlie Clips battling a Easy to Block Captain, like we gotta push these new faces so that when these Clips and Surfs and Rocks and Shines and DNAs aren't battling anymore, we can still have a culture.
Yeah, fact.
Because new niggas, yes, y'all are nice, but we know who is holding up the house, though.
Yeah.
Yes, the new niggas is nice. Shout out Sheet Happens and fucking Swamp and Ace Amin and all the people who are so dope. But we know who really holds up the house. So when they're gone, who's going to be the niggas that are gonna hold up the house? I know that had nothing really to do with them Tay Roc, but that's
he's holding up that. He's one of those people that's holding up the house, like for real.
Well, yeah. So like now even if Tay Roc battles a Swamp, that's a rumored battle that is supposed to happen. Swamp has to show that I can be on a Summer Madness and hold my own against a Tay Roc type.
Yeah.
Then once again, to your point, shout out to Tay Roc for calling out Swamp after 30 in T-Top. Some people will 30 someone and they'll act like they won the Heisman and they're not battling for the next 8 months. We'll just talk shit.
Yeah.
In the fucking spaces.
Mm-hmm.
Tay Roc 30s fucking T-top and then goes on 15 minutes of fame. Shout out to them and says, I want Swamp on the next card.
Yeah, facts. Pushing the culture. Yep. And then after the K Shine battle,
the bad news battle.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. My bad. The bad news battle. Definitely we going into like one of the most legendary battles of all time with the 2-on-2 with him and Loaded Hollows. Well, him and Chesson versus Loaded Hollows. Due to like circumstances, I believe like Sue Surf got locked up.
Guns and cakes.
Yeah, like he got locked up the week before. This all happened. So
it was really a downer. Like,
yeah, that was really a downer.
That was a big battle. Yes, that was 4 names on the same stage at the same time. That was gonna blow the roof off the building. Like
exactly.
Even though Loaded Hollows would have got fucked up, but that's another story for another day. Like, I'm just saying, like they would have got fucked up. Like, make sure, yo, shout out Surf. Make sure you kill me.
Like, no comment. But yeah, they definitely Surfing Tay Roc is definitely a dynamic duo, a powerful duo. So it was definitely a downer to, when we heard the news, but we're definitely replaced it with Chess. And from there, I feel like this is one of the most legendary battles of all time too. It's definitely a stamp in the culture. By the quotable along with the shell cases, like no one like.
Do you got quarters on you?
Nah. Nah. But
shout out to the shell cases.
Yeah, they was like the energy was set like that. One of the best 2-on-2s period in my book. Like it doesn't get any more better than that on both ends. I feel like the way the chemistry between Chess and Tay Roc at that time, you feel me, was just remarkable. I feel like, and to the point where like he was battling Chess, you kind of see like that evolution with Chess as well, and like Tay Roc, you feel me, being alongside him for his journey as well. You kind of see like the resemblance in their kind of styles and like the way they perform, like the chemistry, the take, like yeah, like just knowing when to like rap and everything. Like the chemistry was set just for them to have it in a week. And also too, on the other side, you have Loaded Lux and Hollow the Dawn. They're performing as well, unorthodox. Doing like little like what you call it, like animations or whatever. And like definitely, like they were definitely being that this was their first battle too. It definitely just gave that surprise factor because that wow factor too, because no one has seen it yet. So they definitely came out the gate showing. So I definitely feel like it was a great match on both sides. It was a remarkable performance on both sides. But this is another stamp on Tay Roc's legacy, being a part of that 2-on-2 and one of the best battles in the culture at period at this time too. So yeah, how did you feel about the 2-on-2?
No, there's not really too much else to say because I agree with all the points that you made. Definitely a fire battle on both sides. We all remember the showcases bar. And then on the Loaded Hollow side, just me personally, I like when they had the shit where they incorporated New Jersey twerk, and that bar that was definitely fire to me. They also had the Trust Fall bar. So yeah, it was definitely a great matchup. But we all know what we really wanted to see. Like I said earlier, the Tay Roc and Surf versus the Hollow the Dawn and Loaded Lux.
Yeah.
Will that happen one day? Maybe not, but our brother could dream. But yeah, so shout out to that battle. Like you said, another stamp on Tay Roc's legacy and just a classic performance. And that was a huge card too. There was a lot. That was like, that was the first, I think the only Summer Impact. Yeah. That was star studded. Like one of your favorites was on it. Yeah. If you could look at that card and say, I fuck with no one on this card, then you don't fuck with battle rap. Yeah. That was everyone on the card.
Yes. Some say it's like an all-star game. Like for
that was literally the all-star game. And I think even the day before that, they had the basketball game. So yeah, shout out to that time in the culture. It was definitely a good vibe. But then going into the next battle, another tough test. Like every battle is really a tough test at this point. But he goes into the Geechee Gotti battle. Geechee Gotti being one and still is, even though some people may be turning on him, but still one of the best in battle rap as of right now. That's when Tay Roc, the whole fight situation, because wasn't the fight situation?
Yeah.
Was that on the Loaded Hollows card, right? Did we forget that? Like, was that the card that happened on?
I believe so.
Right, because T Top and Briz was battling Mook and Calico on the same card, right?
Yeah.
Right, and the fight happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. No, yeah. Okay. So, yeah. So then that's why Geechee had that crazy first round.
Mm-hmm.
No wonder your seatbelt didn't work. You don't ride for your niggas. Like,
Yeah.
bro, he had one of the craziest first rounds. Like, there was nothing, and that's crazy to say to Tay Roc, but there wasn't really nothing Tay Roc could say.
Yeah.
The way Geechee crafted that first round, there was not, you couldn't even rebuttal it. Everything he said was damn near true. So, but shout out to Tay for standing in front of that. But after watching that battle, I had Tay Roc winning the next 2 rounds because Geechee lost steam to me. He put everything in that first round. Now, if he had sprinkled it throughout the battle, maybe it could have been more debatable to me. But it wasn't really debatable. I gave Geechee the first clear, and then Tay Roc the next 2 rounds. Tay Roc was just more consistent that battle. But just the fact that he stood in front of that first round, didn't fumble in that second, didn't choke, and still stayed to his game plan and executed. Shout out to Tay Roc.
Yeah.
I think, and wasn't Tay Roc and Geechee on that Philly card?
Yeah.
Because that was the same card K-Shine faced $3.
Yeah.
So yeah, and neither of them was even from Philly. So why was they on that card? We'll never know.
I think it was just like the headline.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, but I'm saying for the Philly theme, they're not nowhere from Philly.
Yeah.
But just shout out to that battle.
Yeah, definitely. Another test. At this point, Geechee is definitely the number one favorite at this point. You kind of see how the tables were turning when Tay Roc was catching his steam, becoming like that number one favorite, and now there's a new guy on the block doing the same thing.
This was kind of who's the face.
Yeah,
right now,
who, like, you feel me? Like, who's the face? You feel me? Tay Roc already got his solid fan base. Geechee's on that. Well, kind of.
No, at that point,
yeah, at that
has
point,
his cult fan base. He's running the West.
Yeah, he's
the
kind of.
West is behind him.
He's kind of. But as we seen, like even after that, we kind of seen like it got bigger even after that too.
Sure, but
yeah, but like Geechee was definitely like solid, like
like
number one on streak.
Yeah,
and at this point, wasn't he like champion of the year?
Yeah, like it was it's kind of like when LeBron came into the league. He still had a cult fan base. Just over the years, it got even bigger. But Geechee was. He was on fire. Like Geechee at that time was like the first overall pick in the draft. Like, he was that nigga.
Yeah, he was definitely that nigga. And you feel me, for Tay Roc to even like, I feel like to the same point, I feel like I had Geechee that first round, and then those 2 rounds from Tay, like I feel like it was more so for him being consistent. I definitely feel like he had like that energy set, but also too, like, feel me, Geechee kind of went downhill in that battle. But I feel like that's definitely a solid battle on both ends. And I feel like also too, if I'm not mistaken, that was the number 1 battle on the URL with like the most reactions, like period. Now with Easy and Chess, Easy and Chess is number 1, but now that's number 2. But that was the battle that had the most reactions, period, on the URL TV page for a minute.
This was around the time. I just want to say that because this was mad funny. Yeah. This was when Tay Roc had that. This is when the Tay Roc was beefing heavy with that other side. So the interviews were crazy around this time. I remember this. There was that crazy one on Champion. Yo, shout out to Jay Black when T-Rex went on there, and then he was like, Tay Roc's talking about he'll take my chain. Do it. Try it. Like, yo, that was a classic. And then Tay Roc going on Hip Hop is Real, just black and like, y'all niggas didn't do shit to me. Like, bro, like that time was crazy. And then that's when Geechee had that bar. Tay Roc going on camera talking about me fighting blackface. How does that even sound? Nigga, sound like one was post-op, bro. That in that, bro.
Yeah. Just
to the main point that for Tay Roc to stand in front of that, bro, that, you know, that was one. That's arguably a top 10 first of all time.
Yeah.
The way it was crafted, like that reminds me of the Mike P second for Danny, to where every line is like,
it's to you.
This is what's going on.
Yeah.
Like, it's no filler. It's no imaginary gum bar. It's very direct. So
it's honest, and like it's common knowledge at this point in the culture. It had to be touched on.
Bro, like for him to incorporate that interview is like, shout out to battlers who really do. That's when Geechee did homework for that first round. Like, but why pack everything in that? Hey. We'll do maybe a throwback back Thursday on the Geechee and Tay
Yeah.
Roc battle. But moving on, it goes to what?
Shotgun Suge, the rematch.
The rematch of Shotgun Suge. I think that was the app battle when
Yeah.
the app update.
Yeah,
I think
it definitely.
It was the app update. I think Snake Eyes and Mike P was on that. I think, or maybe I'm tweaking, but or T Top. It was something like that. But Tay Roc and Shotgun Suge. Tay Roc beat him. Shotgun Suge. Tay Roc was just more consistent every round. Sometimes Shotgun Suge battles, and I feel he's going sometimes at a speed he can't control, and it comes out choppy.
Yeah,
and that happened. I feel a lot in that battle. Tay Roc was just, and I feel like Tay Roc felt like Suge felt he won the first one. Tay Roc does not like when it's a rematch and y'all feel like he got over on me on the first one.
Yeah.
All right, watch this one. I love we'll get into it way later, but the T-Top win.
Yeah.
You want to do that in the quarantine shit. Battle me right now. Like, you feel what I'm talking about? So Tay Roc was, I'm pretty sure how I had it. I think he 30'd him. Like, it wasn't really I wanted to see it because I like Shotgun Suge and Tay Roc. It's a good style clash too. Like, I want to hear all that back and forth, that drug shit, the gun shit, the fuck. But Tay Roc just showed that number one pick face of the league class, that just the franchise guy. Like, he was just better than Suge on that night.
Yeah, I definitely remember watching this too. I definitely had Tay Roc. Tay Roc definitely won this clear. I feel like this is kind of another battle to the point with K-Shine too. I feel like it should have been happening a little bit earlier, because I remember around that time when Tay Roc battled Bridge, that's kind of where Shotgun Suge was kind of gaining steam. Like, he was kind of up there with Tay Roc too. That's when where he had like
but and I don't mean to cut you off, but even to make that comparison, Tay Roc was very amped for this battle. Though.
Yeah,
he because comparing that to the K-Shine performance, he was on one on this battle though.
But like, I feel like it should have happened when they was both on fire at the coach, but more so Shotgun Suge was kind of aiming for that Hitman battle. That's all he kind of really was focused on. But I feel like had it been around that time, I feel like it would have been a better battle. But to the point, Tay Roc won. Like, he wasn't letting up either. Like, he was really like gunning. Like to your point, like, he felt like he lost the first one, or consensus felt like he lost the first one. He made sure, like, nah, I'm about to whoop his ass.
Anyone who felt Suge won the first one, say he won this one, and you can't. You feel what I'm talking about?
Yeah, but next battle, I believe is Glue Easy. This is on a volume, I believe, right? Or am I bugging?
This was one of those app battle things.
Yeah, bro.
That was when there was mad battles. That's when Charlie Clips faced JC and Twerk battle Chilla, and it was more battles like that. I remember that setting. Those were fall fire battles. Yeah, everyone came prepared for that card. That's one of my. I think I told you, Ron. That was one of my personal favorite cards. Like, I feel like everyone came prepared, no matter what the matchup was. Yeah. So it was all fire, but Tay Roc beat Glue Easy. Like,
but I'm not gonna lie, I love this battle a lot.
No, Glue Easy was good though.
Yeah, I love this battle a lot.
Glue Easy was good all three. Tay Roc was just better all three, but Glue Easy was not whack.
Yeah, and I like the atmosphere. You know, I love that.
Bro,
everybody was so
setting,
close,
like,
niggas in there. Bro, I love that feel. You
gun titles behind Tay Roc and the Goonies behind.
Oh my god, like, that shit gave me a feel, bro. I love that feel. You feel me? And the way Tay Roc was, that battle just gritty. Like, I love that feel, bro. I love that feel, bro. I definitely love that feel. But Tay Roc won clear, I feel like, but Glue Easy was definitely solid. But like, I don't know why, but it's stamped in my mind, like, the way that battle looked, bro. I loved it. Like, it was just so close, and like, I love that type of style of battle.
I don't want to say happened because of this, but I forget what was the battle when Tay Roc, I guess you can say, threw a shot at Glue Easy. He had the bar on. I'll leave his body in the lake more bloated, and it was more bloated. It was more bloated and paler than Glue Easy. Like, so he had, I forgot what battle he said that in, but then deja vu, now this battle happens. Yeah,
and I feel like that, and at that time too, the gun titles and like Cave Gang thing with versus the Goonies was kind of like going back and forth with Av. I think Av faced Glue Easy too, and like Tay Roc was behind. Like, they had like a lot of close, like a lot of animosity. Yeah, like he was like, it was very like hostile between those two.
It's crazy to where Glue Easy has battles to where he's really good, but niggas just dumbed out on him. Like, the Ab Bop in the same way. Glue Easy was good. Like, Ab was just like, that's when nigga was ripping off his shirt. Like, get off me, like, bro. And then Tay Roc on this one was like, but Glue Easy wasn't bad though in either of those two battles. Like, that's crazy. Like, shout out Glue Easy.
Yeah, big shout out to Glue Easy. Where you at? I don't know. But hey,
Oh no, because Louise just got 30 by Your Honor. Like so by the judicial system, the Your Honor said we won't see him for about a year.
gotta be.
And now the next three, we don't have. We can kind of do them all at the same
At the
time. I
same
feel
time.
because they're all virtual battles.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever you want to say won, you can say they won. These battles, people only even brag they won them if you got the upper hand, and then you're trying to not battle the person against. You can say I beat you in a virtual battle. Like
Yeah.
these battles did not mean anything. Tay Roc wasn't really serious in any of them.
Yeah.
We have the Mike P one. How about I'll ask you these? Do you want to see 3 rounds of Tay Roc and Mike P?
Not right.
After seeing the virtual one.
Not right now. No. Cause I'm not gonna lie, I watched a little bit of it. Mike P was dressing up like a doctor. It was kind of corny. Like I didn't like it.
Do you want to see Big T and Tay Roc?
Yeah, I'll watch Big T and Tay Roc.
I don't. All right, so and then T Top, though we'll get into that and what happened. But spoiler, he got his lick back. So now moving into one of the controversially debatable, most crazy battles ever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to find the right way to say it because I get into it with some people on live. I feel when it comes to this battle.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Daylight was good.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot negate no one who says that. In a room with no one in it,
Mm-hmm.
where you just have to rap your material.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Okay.
So people be like, yo, what Daylight did to Tay Roc and Tay Roc was good that battle. Now after watching it, yes, I think I had Daylight just off first watch. He was just, him rapping so fast and him.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but let's not act like Daylight walked on water. He rapped in a room with no one in it.
Okay.
Congrats. I will say nothing else about this battle. Just you have the floor.
Once again, Tay Roc comes again with a classic battle against a formidable opponent, and at this point too, like Daylight is really, Daylight hasn't battled in a while. He hasn't had like a good opponent. Like he's been Ghost. You feel me? This is coming.
No, the last one was Mike P.
But that was like a while ago. After before this Tay Roc. That's about.
No, but I thought you were just insinuating that anyone he battled.
No, I'm saying
was like ass. Like
no, I'm saying like at this point, like he didn't really have like good name, like
because he's always trolling.
Yeah, so he hasn't battled in a minute. So this is like his first comeback and like his second appearance on the URL. And like as to Justin said, he was kind of wigging. I'm not gonna lie, he was wigging. And he was definitely making a lot of noise this battle too because you feel me, the way he was rapping like. Fast
flow pattern,
like,
the cadence.
Yeah,
maybe he started AMG mode. I'm sorry, sir, but I don't know. But yeah, it was yes. He was rapping very fast and very well. But how big was would that have? Let me ask you this: would that have translated the same on a big stage in front of 2,000 people, Houston?
I feel like he wouldn't have gotten through it.
What do you mean?
Because the way the fans are, like, I'm not gonna lie. When I was watching like the Daylight shit. I'm reacting, bro, and as I'm reacting, I'm missing shit. So he's going.
So what he had to have cut some shit out and slow it down.
I think it would have fucked him up
because he had that shit. I will turn rock in the bam, bam. Like I'm not saying Daylight did not have shit. He was great. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying would it have been the same with some people in there on a regular volume setting? Like what would people act like he battled fucking God in front of his fucking disciples, in front of 15 million people, like let's be.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie. Nevertheless, it's definitely like
no great
for me. I'm not gonna lie. That was kind of like the performance of the year for me. Like, that was. OD.
All right, so
OD. Whoa.
All right, so
But this is like Gnome X. I feel like this was the only battle on the card that really lived up to its hype and potential. I feel like all the other battles wasn't that good. We had like the first Ultimate Madness when Fonz won, then the appearance from Sue Surf, and then the Mike P battle. All those battles went, but I feel like this was the only battle that really had its stamp on the card for Gnome 10. So yeah, I feel like this is definitely a classic battle. Another classic battle for Tay Roc on another Gnome. Yeah.
All right, so then going into the next one, Murder Mook. Same setting, no one in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but I think I had Mook.
Yeah.
Yeah. After watching that, I had Mook, and it was crazy because going into it, I thought, oh, this is when Mook is going to be taught a lesson.
Yeah.
Cause the Mooks and the Lux, I, I want them to get caught lacking. I was like, yo, he's about to get caught lacking, like. But to his favor, the no one in the room, he won the battle.
Yeah.
But let me say this: it was on the stage, he would have got 30.
You could go like ifs, but
If he had battled Tay Roc on the stage, he would have got 30.
you could say if, but it didn't happen.
It's not an if for me.
It is saying because it didn't happen, so it's an if. You gotta accept it for what it is, my boy.
If he battled Tay Roc on the stage, he would have got 30, man.
Yeah. I feel like this was a tough battle for Tay Roc though because
because of the angles.
Yeah,
like,
and I
they had
feel
too
like,
much beef and history. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then look at Mook and Reed when they had history too. It just didn't translate on a stage, bro. Like I'm telling you, like that's not. Mook was rapping well, but was he entertaining?
Yeah.
Or he was entertaining?
Yeah, definitely entertaining. Cause
I don't know if he was entertaining. He was rapping very well though.
Yeah, he was rapping very well, and I feel like he had like the culture in his truck about like who's this guy Fred or whatever. Even though he was capping the whole time, he had like everybody on the hook about like the whole shit. So he definitely had everybody in their frenzy.
His third was his third.
But I feel like this is definitely a tough battle for Tay Roc.
Smack what happened to my house. I used to have pissy floors and
yeah. Ah man, but definitely I want.
Yo, and no disrespect to Daylight or Murder Mood. I'm just saying those battles. Yes, I had y'all winning. I just don't think it happens the same on a stage or with people in the room.
True.
But then moving on, what was after the Murder Mook battle?
He didn't battle a while after that. That was when he had the 2-on-2 with Geechee and Swamp, and then this is when his first 2-on-2 with Easy to Block Captain. Oh, whoa, I'm tripping, bro. I'm looking at, bro. My bad. I'm bugging. But still, he didn't battle after a while after that, and then his first appearance back was the Aver battle.
Oh yeah, this was the card New Jersey Turk battled
Jay the Nightwing.
Another definitely small one, but we're definitely transitioning out of the COVID era.
Yeah.
So we're slowly but surely getting more people in the building. And Tay Roc 30'd Verb. This is the era of Verb being complete bullshit. So
yeah.
He 30'd him. There's not much else to say. Like
it's
not even really a classic. Like he just 30'd him.
Yeah, and I really didn't like that battle on both sides either. I really didn't see them being impressive, low key. Are we good or?
I guess we could just fit to try to do one more, and then I guess we're just gonna have to do a finale part 3.
Yeah.
And then that will be the end of it. So the last one was on his first Kings and Queens appearance.
Yeah.
He battled Official, and he has the viral moment in the third round, the big body bitch. He did it for the majority of the round.
Yeah.
I feel the culture when it happened, they didn't like he did it for the whole round.
Yeah.
But then later on, like a year later, just went viral again. Like it's weird. Now everyone likes it.
Yeah.
So you see how fans are so finicky. But I believe who got the official win.
I'm not gonna lie, he cut off. I don't remember why.
Did official beat him?
I think official won on the poll. But yeah.
If we're wrong, then we're wrong. Cause I'm trying to remember. Did official beat him?
No, I think she won on the poll. At the
okay,
time.
because I think maybe Tay Roc won the first, official won the next 2.
I think so.
If we're wrong, then we're wrong. But either way, Tay Roc wasn't bad to any extent. He was still good. It was just the third was just kind of a letdown to an extent. But still came out of it with the most viral part of the whole battle. What you're gonna remember from that battle, and so we're
adding again to his legacy, just like throughout, like every battle at this point, kind of just adds to his legacy more and more. Like you feel me? Like especially with the official battle just being a stamp all the way viral on TikTok. Like even like a year after, like you can't argue. Like yeah. So in this sense, like people even watching it a year later, knowing how viral it is, people might say, "Oh, Like they won't even remember anything else from official. Just remember the Tay Roc shit and have him winning. So yeah.
But once again, we're gonna be doing a part 3. This will be part 2. Part
Mhm.
1 is already out on YouTube. You haven't seen that yet. You
Mhm.
don't want to watch part 2 without seeing part 1.
Mhm.
And we'll be filming part 3 next week. That will be
Yep.
out real soon, and that will be the conclusion of the Tay Roc career recap.
Mhm.
Once again, shout out all the fans, shout out all the supporters. Once again, thank you for everyone for making us reach 3,000 followers on Instagram.
Mhm.
The next goal is 4,000. Shout
Mhm.
out to all the supporters. If you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe.
Yep.
Yeah, and shout out to everyone.
Yeah, so that concludes this episode. Big shout out to all the fans, subscriber. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We do appreciate any type of feedback. So definitely and this concludes this episode. So definitely see you guys again for part 3.